Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have the secret to achieving everything they desire, while others struggle endlessly and still feel lost? The answer may lie in an ancient philosophy that many overlook, yet it holds the power to transform lives: Stoicism. In this video, you will discover 14 Stoic lessons that will equip you with the tools to finally conquer emotional control, self-knowledge, and the resilience needed to achieve your most ambitious goals. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery that few have the courage to undertake. Topic 1: The Power of Stoicism. The power of Stoicism lies in its ability to transform the way we approach life. Imagine, for example, an unexpected storm. While many despair, the Stoic understands that they cannot control the weather but can control how they react to it. This philosophy offers Stoic lessons that help us find serenity, even in the face of great adversity, promoting deep self-knowledge. The key to fulfillment and happiness doesn't lie in external circumstances but in how we choose to respond to them. When facing daily challenges, such as work pressure or personal conflicts, the Stoic approach teaches us not to be dominated by emotions. A practical example is practicing daily meditation, a simple yet powerful tool for cultivating emotional control. Through Stoicism, we develop the ability to observe our thoughts without clinging to them, allowing us to maintain a clear mind and a calm heart, even amidst chaos. Stoicism also invites us to reflect on what truly matters. Instead of chasing happiness in material possessions or external recognition, we are encouraged to seek fulfillment within ourselves. A practical example is the practice of gratitude. By recognizing daily blessings, even the simplest ones, we strengthen our resilience and cultivate positive thinking, which shields us from life's storms. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity. It does not require following complex rules or elaborate rituals. It is a return to the essential, a focus on what we can control and detachment from what is beyond our reach. By applying these Stoic lessons in our daily lives, we discover an inner power that enables us to face any situation with balance and wisdom. This journey of self-knowledge and mastery over our reactions paves the way for a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And as we delve deeper into this philosophy, we realize that the key to emotional control and true power lies in recognizing and accepting reality as it is, transforming every challenge into an opportunity for personal growth. Topic 2: Self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is the foundation upon which we build our inner strength. When Socrates said, "Know thyself," he challenged us to look inward and confront our truths. In Stoicism, this self-knowledge is crucial for identifying our weaknesses and turning them into strengths. Imagine someone who always sees themselves as a victim of circumstances. By developing self-knowledge, this person begins to recognize their patterns of thought and behavior, allowing them to make more conscious and assertive choices. The pursuit of self-knowledge leads us on a journey of discoveries that we often avoid. It's common, for example, to take refuge in distractions to avoid facing our deepest fears. A practical exercise is daily self-reflection, where, at the end of each day, we take a few minutes to revisit our actions, emotions, and thoughts. This simple habit, advocated by Marcus Aurelius, not only strengthens our power of emotional control but also helps us align our actions with our values. As we get to know ourselves better, we also become capable of setting goals that truly matter. Stoicism teaches us that we should not pursue superficial or society-dictated goals, but those that reflect our true essence. For example, instead of seeking power or status, a person might discover that their true desire is to contribute positively to their community. This alignment between self-knowledge and purpose creates a fuller and more meaningful life. Self-knowledge is also vital for dealing with our limitations. Accepting that we are fallible and that there are aspects we cannot change frees us from enormous pressure. Instead of fighting against the tide, we learn to navigate with it. For example, someone who recognizes their tendency toward perfectionism can, over time, learn to delegate tasks and value progress over perfection, improving their quality of life and emotional well-being. By deepening our self-knowledge, we begin to cultivate positive thinking that reflects our true nature. This does not mean ignoring the negative aspects of life but rather approaching them with a balanced and realistic perspective. And so, with this solid foundation of self-understanding, we are better prepared to continue our journey toward emotional control and personal fulfillment. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, please leave a like on the video. It's quick and will help YouTube recognize that our content is relevant and recommend it to more people who can benefit from these ideas. Topic 3: Emotional Control. Emotional control is the art of mastering our reactions in the face of life's challenges. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic masters, taught us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but how we interpret them. Imagine a situation where someone offends you. Instead of reacting with anger, the Stoic asks, does this really affect my essence? This moment of reflection allows emotions to be tamed, turning an impulsive reaction into a considered and wise response. An effective practice for developing emotional control is the technique of distancing. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by an emotion, like anxiety or anger, make a conscious effort to step back from the situation and observe your feelings as if you were watching a movie. This external perspective helps reduce the intensity of emotions and clears the mind. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the transience of emotions, reminding himself that what seems overwhelming today may be insignificant tomorrow. Another important aspect is recognizing that emotions should not be suppressed but understood and directed. For example, instead of repressing sadness, the Stoic seeks to understand its cause and transform that energy into something constructive. A good exercise is reflective writing, where we put our feelings and thoughts on paper, helping to process them more rationally. This practice strengthens self-knowledge and promotes more effective emotional control. The key to mastering our emotions also lies in the practice of meditation. Setting aside a few minutes every day to meditate, focusing on breathing and the thoughts that arise, can be a powerful ally. Meditation not only calms the mind but also teaches us to observe our thoughts without clinging to them, which is essential for maintaining emotional balance in difficult situations. As we develop emotional control, we begin to realize that true strength lies not in avoiding emotions but in accepting and redirecting them. This prepares us to face life's challenges more clearly and effectively, continuing the journey toward positive thinking and resilience. Topic 4: Positive Thinking. The quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. In Stoicism, this lesson is central: our thoughts shape our reality. Imagine starting the day with a mind focused on gratitude and possibilities. This simple mental adjustment can transform not only your mood but also the circumstances around you. Positive thoughts anchor us in the present, preventing us from being swept away by future uncertainties or past regrets. Living in the present is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. When we are trapped in negative thoughts, we are usually reliving what has already happened or anticipating problems that may never occur. A practical exercise is the practice of mindfulness, where we focus on the here and now, paying attention to our sensations, breathing, and surroundings. This practice connects us to the present and clears away the fog of negative thoughts, promoting firmer emotional control. Moreover, cultivating positive thoughts does not mean ignoring life's problems but approaching them with a constructive mindset. For example, when faced with a challenge, instead of thinking, "This is hard, I can't do it," the Stoic reframes the thought to, "This is hard, but I will learn from this experience." This shift in perspective is powerful and can be applied in various situations, from work conflicts to personal challenges, always promoting self-knowledge and inner strength. It's important to remember that thoughts are like seeds: what we plant in our minds tends to flourish. If we feed the mind with pessimism, we harvest discouragement. On the other hand, if we nurture positive thoughts, we harvest resilience and courage. A daily practice of positive affirmations, where we repeat phrases that empower us, can be an excellent exercise. Phrases like, "I am capable," or "I have the power to overcome any obstacle," reinforce emotional control and self-confidence. With constant practice, positive thoughts become second nature, influencing not only how we see the world but also how the world sees us. And as we continue to walk the Stoic path, this power of positive thinking prepares us to adopt simplicity as a way of life, eliminating the unnecessary and focusing on what truly matters. Topic 5. Simplicity. Simplicity is a virtue that, in Stoicism, goes far beyond the minimalist lifestyle. It represents a return to the essential. In a world full of excesses, where we are constantly bombarded by distractions, the Stoics remind us that less is more. Focusing on what really matters brings us peace and clarity, eliminating the unnecessary. Imagine, for example, a person who decides to simplify their life, reducing commitments that do not add value and focusing only on what is fundamental to their well-being and happiness. Embracing simplicity is also a way of practicing detachment. When we let go of the incessant desire for more, whether material goods, recognition, or power, we make room to appreciate the simple and truly valuable things in life. A practical example is reviewing our priorities, perhaps opting to spend more time with family or in nature, instead of pursuing goals that only feed the ego. This conscious choice strengthens self-knowledge and brings us closer to a more balanced life. Simplicity also means living according to our deepest values. Instead of being swept away by the hustle and pressure of everyday life, we can choose to live with intention, making decisions that reflect what truly matters to us. This can manifest in simple actions, such as choosing healthier and more natural foods, reducing the consumption of superfluous products, or opting for activities that nourish the mind and spirit. These small gestures accumulate a great impact on our quality of life. However, simplifying is not an easy task in a world that values complexity and accumulation. It takes courage to say no to what does not serve us and yes to what truly resonates with our purpose. A good starting point is practicing digital minimalism, limiting the time spent on social media or eliminating apps and devices that do not contribute to our personal growth. By doing so, we cultivate an environment more conducive to emotional control and positive thinking. As we embrace simplicity, we begin to realize that true wealth is not in material possessions but in inner peace and clarity of purpose. This simple and intentional approach prepares us to develop resilience, the inner strength that helps us face life's challenges with wisdom and balance. If you are appreciating these valuable lessons and want to take your Stoic journey to the next level, we have something special for you. Presenting our ebook Wealth and Wisdom, Stoicism as a Path to Financial Prosperity. This practical and inspiring guide combines ancient Stoic teachings with modern financial strategies to transform your financial life and develop a balanced and resilient mindset. For just $14.90, you can take the first step toward achieving financial prosperity and true balance. Don't let financial uncertainty and stress control your life. Invest in yourself today and discover the power of Stoic wisdom to achieve true wealth and financial serenity. The link to purchase is in the video description. Take advantage of this opportunity. Topic 6. Resilience. Resilience is the ability to rise after every fall, a vital skill on the Stoic path. Life is full of challenges and adversities, and true power lies in how we respond to these difficult moments. Imagine, for example, an entrepreneur who faces a series of failures. Instead of giving up, they use each experience as a learning opportunity, strengthening their determination and adapting their strategies. This is the essence of resilience, turning difficulties into opportunities for growth. In Stoicism, the practice of resilience begins with accepting reality as it is. Instead of lamenting what we cannot change, we are encouraged to focus on what is within our reach. A practical example is the use of negative visualization, where one imagines the possible adversities that may arise. By mentally preparing for these scenarios, we develop an inner strength that allows us to face them with serenity and effectiveness, promoting more solid emotional control. Furthermore, resilience is built through repetition and constant practice. Each time we overcome a difficulty, we are reinforcing our ability to deal with future situations. Think of an athlete who trains tirelessly, facing pain and exhaustion, but with each session, becomes stronger and more prepared for competitions. Like them, we can all develop this skill by continually challenging ourselves, whether in work, personal relationships, or our journey of self-knowledge. Resilience also means standing firm in our values and principles, even when everything around us seems to be falling apart. The Stoic, when faced with adversity, does not give in to despair but maintains faith in their ability to overcome. Practices such as meditation and reading philosophical texts help nurture this resilience, providing a solid foundation of positive thoughts and emotional balance to face any storm life brings. By embracing resilience, we are actually cultivating one of the most important Stoic virtues. It gives us the strength to continue, even when the path becomes arduous. And so, strengthened by this continuous practice, we are ready to seek a deeper connection with nature, recognizing in it a mirror of the order and harmony we seek in our lives. Topic 7. Connection with nature. Connection with nature is a source of renewal and balance, a principle deeply valued by the Stoics. By distancing ourselves from the noise and confusion of the modern world, we find in the simplicity of nature a tranquility often lacking in our lives. Imagine walking through a forest, feeling the fresh breeze and hearing the gentle sound of the leaves. This simple act reconnects us with the natural world and reminds us of our own essence, promoting positive thinking and inner peace. The Stoics believe that nature is a reflection of the order and harmony we should seek in our own lives. By observing it, we learn valuable lessons about patience, resilience, and detachment. For example, trees that lose their leaves in autumn do not resist change, they accept the natural cycle and bloom again in the spring. Likewise, by accepting changes in our lives without resisting the inevitable, we cultivate deeper emotional control and a resilience that strengthens us. Cultivating this connection does not require major changes, small gestures can make a big difference. It can be a morning walk, gardening, or simply spending a few minutes outdoors, away from screens and technological distractions. These moments allow us to recharge our energy and find a mental clarity that is often lost in daily life. Regular contact with nature also helps us develop deeper self-knowledge, recognizing what truly matters to us. Nature also teaches us the importance of balance and simplicity. By observing a flowing river or a majestic mountain, we are reminded that strength does not need to be loud, often, it is silent and constant. This realization inspires us to simplify our lives, focusing on what is essential and letting go of the superfluous. This simplicity, in turn, strengthens our inner power and our ability to live according to Stoic principles. By nurturing this connection with nature, we are, in fact, nurturing ourselves. We find in it the serenity and clarity we seek, and by aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm of the world, we are better prepared to practice detachment, recognizing what is beyond our control and gracefully accepting the natural course of life. Topic 8. Detachment. Detachment is one of the most liberating practices of Stoicism. By focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what we cannot change, we make room for a more peaceful and balanced life. Imagine someone who, upon losing a valuable object, instead of despairing, accepts the loss with serenity, recognizing that nothing is permanent. This detachment does not mean indifference but rather a deep understanding that true power lies in our ability to adapt and move forward. Detachment teaches us to live in harmony with the natural flow of life. When we cling too much to people, possessions, or situations, we create unnecessary suffering. The Stoics, like Seneca, advise us to practice daily detachment, reminding us that everything we have is temporary. A practical exercise is morning reflection on the things we are grateful for but cannot fully control. This exercise strengthens our emotional control and helps us face adversities with a clearer and calmer mind. Moreover, detachment does not mean abandoning our goals or relationships but rather approaching them with an open and flexible mind. When we are not attached to the outcome, we become more resilient and better prepared to deal with the unexpected. For example, in a work project, we can focus on doing our best without being discouraged by results that are beyond our control. This approach promotes positive thinking and helps us maintain balance even in challenging situations. Practicing detachment also involves recognizing that the value of things does not lie in their possession but in the experience and learning they provide. By detaching ourselves from material goods or rigid expectations, we free ourselves to live more authentically and meaningfully. An example of this is choosing to simplify life, focusing on enriching experiences like travel, learning, or quality moments with loved ones, rather than accumulating possessions. This approach not only promotes self-knowledge but also connects us more deeply with what truly matters. By integrating detachment into our lives, we prepare to face reality with a calm mind and a light heart. This practice brings us closer to the balance we seek, allowing us to live with more freedom and less anxiety. And as we follow this path, we are ready to cultivate an open mind that will help us grow continuously, embracing changes and learning from each new experience that life presents. Topic 9: Open-mindedness. Open-mindedness is an essential quality for personal growth and evolution, especially in the context of Stoicism. Having an open mind allows us to embrace new ideas and experiences without being limited by prejudices or rigid beliefs. Imagine someone who, upon hearing an opposing opinion, instead of immediately rejecting it, decides to listen and reflect on it. This attitude promotes deeper self-knowledge and strengthens our ability to deal with the complexities of life in a more balanced way. The Stoics valued wisdom and knew that learning is a continuous process. Keeping an open mind means being willing to question our own convictions and accepting that there is always something new to learn. A practical example of this is reading philosophical or scientific texts that challenge our viewpoints. By exposing ourselves to different perspectives, we develop positive thinking and a greater ability to understand the world around us, strengthening our emotional control. Open-mindedness also helps us deal better with change. Instead of resisting the new or the unknown, the Stoic sees change as an opportunity for growth. Think of someone facing a major career or personal life change. By keeping an open mind, this person can adapt more easily to new circumstances and find ways to thrive, rather than being stuck in what was left behind. This mental flexibility is essential for developing resilience and continuing to evolve. Furthermore, cultivating an open mind brings us closer to others. By being willing to listen and learn from others' experiences and opinions, we strengthen our relationships and expand our understanding of the world. A practical exercise is to listen attentively without judging, truly trying to understand the other person's point of view. This practice not only promotes greater empathy but also helps us detach from hasty judgments, allowing us to live more harmoniously and balanced. Open-mindedness is, therefore, a powerful tool in the Stoic arsenal. It keeps us in a state of continuous learning and prepares us to deal with life more wisely and effectively. By embracing this quality, we are ready to cultivate self-control, the next step in our journey, ensuring that we live according to our deepest values and achieve true inner freedom. Topic 10: Self-control. Self-control is the key to true freedom, one of the central pillars of Stoicism. Mastering oneself means having the power to decide how to react in any situation, without being dominated by impulses or fleeting emotions. Think of a person who, when provoked, chooses to respond calmly instead of retaliating with anger. This level of emotional control is a clear example of how self-control allows us to live according to our values and not be enslaved by automatic reactions. Developing self-control requires practice and discipline, but the benefits are invaluable. A practical exercise is the deep breathing technique, which can be used in tense moments to regain control of emotions. When we focus on breathing, we can interrupt the cycle of reactivity and bring the mind back to the present. This simple practice strengthens our ability to consciously choose our responses, promoting positive thinking and avoiding impulsive actions that could lead to regret. Self-control also manifests in the ability to resist temptations and distractions that steer us away from our goals. In a world full of stimuli, from food to digital consumption, the Stoic practices moderation and focus. For example, setting clear limits on social media use or processed food consumption can be a way to exercise self-control daily. These small daily victories contribute to building a more balanced life aligned with our true purposes. Moreover, self-control helps us maintain consistency in our actions and decisions. When we commit to something, whether a personal goal or a value, self-control ensures that we stay firm even when difficulties or temptations arise to give up. An example of this is the habit of planning the day in advance, setting clear priorities, and avoiding deviations. This practice not only increases productivity but also reinforces self-knowledge and confidence in our ability to accomplish what we set out to do. By cultivating self-control, we are actually preparing to live a life of greater freedom and fulfillment. It gives us the power to remain true to what truly matters, resisting distractions and temptations that could lead us astray. And so, with self-control in mind, we are ready to conclude this journey of Stoic reflection, applying all these lessons to achieve a life of greater wisdom and balance. Now that you know these 14 powerful Stoic lessons, the question that remains is, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you willing to apply these ideas and transform your life, or will you let this opportunity slip away? The power is in your hands. Only you can decide whether to continue on the same path or embrace these practices to achieve everything you desire. Don't waste any time. Start implementing these lessons in your daily life today. And if you want to continue this journey of self-discovery and growth, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's walk this path of wisdom and achievement together.